Gout has a very strong connection to your diet. The foods you eat can play a key role in determining your risk of developing gout. Your food choices, if made correctly, can also modify your ability to prevent the attacks of gout. However, the wrong choices of foods can not just make you vulnerable to develop gout, but also intensify the severity of the attacks of joint pain caused due to this condition. If you have gout or are prone to developing this condition due to the presence of risk factors like family history or obesity, here's a ready list of the top 9 gout-causing foods for you. Make sure these foods find no place in your diet so that you can protect yourself against the severe attacks of gout. Number 1. Sugary beverages. Gout is one of the common forms of arthritis that is characterized by recurring attacks of severe joint pain. The pain caused due to gout basically occurs due to the deposits of urate crystals in the joint tissues. These crystals are formed when the uric acid level in the blood rises. This means if you want to avoid gout, you need to focus on identifying the foods that can increase your uric acid levels. And this is why the sugary drinks top the list. Refined sugar that we commonly use in cooking or add to our dishes contains fructose. Fructose forms uric acid when it is broken down in the body. If your sweet tooth requests you to add an additional spoonful of sugar to your cup of tea or coffee, or if you crave sugary treats too often, you might be putting yourself at risk of gout. Remember that these sweet sugars are not so sweet on your joints. The uric acid released during the breakdown of fructose and sugars can accumulate in your joint, making you vulnerable to developing gout. This is why it is best to avoid any food or drink with higher sugar content in order to protect yourself against the risk of gout. Number 2. Meat. Meat, both red meat and organ meat, need to be added to your not-to-eat list of foods if you have gout. What makes meat a wrong choice for you is the high purine content in it. Just like fructose, purine also has the ability to release uric acid when it is broken down in our body. Eating foods containing a high amount of purines can elevate the uric acid levels in your blood, thus increasing your risk of gout. Regular consumption of meat can also increase the severity and intensity of the attacks of gout. This is why you must limit your intake of organ meat and red meat in order to minimize your risk. Some examples of red meat and organ meat include kidney, beef, tongue, bison, liver, heart. Additionally, keep in mind that some meat-based gravies, soups, and processed meats like pepperoni and salami can also cause flaring up of the symptoms of gout. Hence, it is best to avoid these too. Number 3. Fish and other seafood. Some types of seafood make it to the list of gout-causing foods due to their high purine content. The regular intake of fish can result in an increase in the uric acid level in your blood. The excess uric acid can form urate crystals, which can get deposited in your joints, especially the big toe, causing intensely painful attacks of gout. The fish and seafood you must avoid in order to prevent the development of gout include trout, herring, anchovies, sardines, jack mackerel, codfish, haddock, halibut, mussels, tuna. Number 4. Fruits. This may come as a shocker, but it's a fact that some fruits can actually be detrimental to your tendency to develop gout attacks. For example, eating apples regularly has been linked to a higher risk of gout. The reason can be traced to the higher fructose content in this fruit. Many other fruits like peaches, plums, grapes, and pears need to be added to your list of gout-causing foods due to their high fructose content. It is fructose in fruit that gives them their natural sweetness. However, as discussed earlier, the breakdown of fructose in our body can result in the release of uric acid, which may get deposited in your joints, thus triggering the development of gout. This also explains why you may develop severe attacks of gout if you have adopted this seemingly healthy habit of including fruits in your regular diet. Having said that, it doesn't mean you need to avoid fruits altogether. You can definitely eat fruits that have a low fructose content such as citrus fruits and berries to get your healthy doses of vitamins and minerals while keeping yourself safe and protected from gout. Number 5. High fructose corn syrup. Here's another fructose-containing food you need to include in your list of gout-causing foods. High fructose corn syrup is nothing but a concentrated form of fructose. It is a natural sweetener obtained from cornstarch. It is commonly added to most packaged food items, including fruit-flavored drinks and sodas. Given the ability of fructose to elevate your uric acid level and trigger the development of gout, it is important to ensure the foods you consume do not contain this ingredient. The best way to avoid your intake of this gout-causing food is to start looking at the ingredient labels on the packaged food you plan to buy. Look for high fructose corn syrup in the list of ingredients and just keep it back on the shelf if it does show up. Number 6. Alcohol. Alcohol, especially beer, has been implicated as one of the most common risk factors for gout. Alcohol is known to interfere with the elimination of uric acid from the body via urine. The excessive intake of beer is linked to an increase in the frequency and intensity of joint pain caused due to gout. Also, even though not all alcoholic beverages have a high purine content, alcohol can prevent the kidneys from eliminating excess uric acid, thus absorbing it back into your body, where it can continue to accumulate. Hence, if you are prone to gout attacks, you must limit your alcohol consumption. Number 7. Yeast. Yeast and yeast extracts need to be added to your list of gout-causing foods for their high purine content. The purine content in yeast and yeast extract can cause damage to your joints simply by raising your uric acid levels. Hence, while fighting gout, it is necessary to keep the yeast-containing foods out of your regular meals. Yeast is commonly added to baked goods and other fermented products, especially probiotics like kombucha and kimchi. Yeast extract is also found in foods such as frozen dinners, soy sauces, canned soups and stews, salty snacks. Make sure you check the ingredient label when you purchase these products so that you are able to make safe choices. Number 8. Vegetables. It's surprising that vegetables, although considered the healthy and essential part of our diet, can cause a few adverse effects on our health. Some vegetables can actually turn out to be wrong choices for you due to their high purine content. Some examples of vegetables you need to avoid if you have gout include cauliflower, asparagus, mushroom, spinach, peas. Number 9. Coffee. A mug of hot coffee is what we often reach out to when we are feeling dull and tired. It helps us feel fresh and energetic even after a tiring session of activity at work or home. However, coffee may not be a safe choice for you if you suffer from severe gout. The excessive intake of coffee could result in an increase in your uric acid levels, putting you at risk of severe attacks of joint pain. You may choose healthier beverages like green tea to get your dose of safe and natural stimulants to ensure your uric acid levels stay within the normal limits. The development of gout begins with an increase in uric acid levels. The increase in uric acid levels primarily occurs due to the intake of foods that contain purine and fructose. Being aware of the mechanisms involved in the development of gout can make it much easier for you to avoid this illness. Identifying the foods that contain purine and fructose and avoiding those offers the most effective and the safest way to protect yourself against the severe attacks of gout. Avoiding the intake of these foods will help you keep your uric acid levels within the normal limits and thus ensure you do not get those intensely painful episodes of joint pain. So make sure you carry this list of gout-causing foods with you when you go grocery shopping and avoid adding any of these to your cart so that it becomes much easier for you to avoid gout. If you enjoyed this video and it helped you learn more about gout, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so that each week we release a brand new life-saving video, you'll get notified right away. Till next time.